Welcome back, YouTube. Today we are playing more PioFiore. We are continuing our romance of Gilbert Redford. What hijinks will happen today? Who knows? You can watch me play live at twitch.tv/Pinker NeonNova. Enjoy the video.
You okay?
Oh, at Gil's concerned voice, I realized I was still standing in a daze. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. No need to apologize. It's fine. Okay, that's too loud. Gil smiled reassuringly and gently took my hand. I'm sure you're tired. As soon as we get back to the manor, you should turn in early and get a good night's sleep. Will you put me to bed, Gil? Thank you, Gil. Gil led me to the Visconti's car. After returning to my room, I couldn't fall asleep. I'm the key maiden. I have something to do with a relic in Berlone. I didn't even know that Berlone had a relic here. Lurking here while playing cards with Mum, Auntie, and the wifey. Oh, okay, have fun, Matrim. Whoop. What was I doing? Sorry, I got distracted. My Mama NeonNova texted me. Everyone behaved as if this new development was normal, but I found it difficult to process everything. I. mm, The more I thought about it, the more confused I became. Unable to sit still, I got out of bed. Maybe a glass of water will calm me down. Who's there? Huh? I heard a voice as soon as I opened the door to the lounge. I recognized it and timidly responded, It's me, Gil.
Oh, it's you.
Gil seemed to be drinking alone. I'm sorry to disturb you.
No, not at all. What is it? You can't sleep?
Mm.
Can't say I blame you. They gave us a lot to chew on. You'll give me a lot to chew on. He put his glass on the table and stood up. All right, time for some fresh night air. What? You'll join me, right? I thought for a moment, then nodded. Gil gave a carefree smile. Boy, I'm in my night clothes. What the hell? The town hadn't gone to sleep yet. Although there weren't many people around, light illuminated the buildings inside and out. I could hear the people laughing and having fun inside a bar somewhere. Krita is still bustling. Night falls earlier in Arca. Fun, isn't it? If you want, we can go into a bar. I'm sure everyone would welcome you in. Right. But maybe not tonight. I mean, look how beautiful the stars are. There wasn't a single cloud in the sky, only an endless blanket of stars. They sparkled like diamonds, lighting the world for people passing by. Stars, huh? I haven't looked up at them in a while. I'm so focused on walking the earth. Well, you are the boss of the Visconti. You must be so busy. So thank you for taking me out on a stroll like this. I just wanted a fresh breath of air. In fact, I should be thanking you for coming with me. Ugh. When I do the sexy voice, the sexy man voice, I made myself laugh, okay? Gail was a wonderful person, being able to look out for others so naturally. Just then, a sudden strong gust of wind made me shiver. Winter was near, and the night was much cooler than I anticipated. I should have brought a shawl before I left. I folded my arms together against the chill of the air, regretting my decisions as I endured the cold. Oh, oh, look at the protagonist. She's so cute. I can't. God damn it. Why are you so cute? Without saying a word, Gil draped his jacket over my shoulders. Thank you, Gil. You're welcome. But aren't you cold? No, the cold air feels good. It's perfect to dry me out. I held the jacket so I wouldn't drop it. It's so warm. I felt as if Gil's kindness was warming my body. I felt so grateful to him. I recalled the things that happened in today's meeting and timidly spoke. Why is my brain freezing every moment here? Okay. Um, Boop. Stop that. Hey, Gil, did you believe everything they said earlier? Earlier? You mean about all that relic and key maiden business? Yes. Mm. Gil fell silent in thought, then spoke up in what seemed to be an honest manner. I guess I have no choice but to believe it. Can't say whether or not it's real. But both the Foul Zone and the church think that there really is a relic that you're connected to, that you're the key, and that you're the key. I can read, y'all. Let's do this. That much is certain. They weren't lying when they told us about it. Feeling uneasy, I looked down, unable to articulate my worries. Bap, 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 bap. Ah. I still can't believe it. Even if it's true, it's difficult to accept. It wasn't something you wanted. It's only natural you feel burdened by it. You don't have to force yourself to be their key maiden. Having a separate identity isn't important. You are you. Gil's tone was bright, yet kind. You always seemed happy working at the church. I could tell the children loved you. I think that's the you should remain. Don't worry about the rest. Oh, he's so handsome. I love him. Gil. His words of affirmation made me so happy. And with that, meanwhile, suspicion. Others. Gilbert's being charged on suspicion of counterfeiting money. Huh, that sounds fishy. Ordering an arrest without finding the plates or the production site. Plate, a piece of equipment used in making duplicates. Thank you, terminology. He sighed, and the smoke from his cigarette quivered. Roberto spoke with a stern expression. I, too, question how the arrest was handled, but the military police have power. Do you question it, Mr. Murderer? Mr. Psycho Killer? Being that you're local, you could have ignored their orders. If you ignored their orders, you could be imprisoned. You do as you please, and so will I. That's my husband, Marco. Doing what he wants. Marco, are you even listening to what I'm saying? Yeah, I am. Then please, enlighten me. Why are you so concerned about him? It's not as though you have strong ties with the Visconti. Not only that, you and Gilbert Redford don't have a relationship either. So why exactly? I slowly exhaled smoke before answering Roberto. You'll understand someday.
まったく
Good
仕
grief.
方のない人ですね
You're
あ
really
なたは
something, you know that? And with that, we continued to walk down the streets of Krita. Timing. Dante fouls
説
out.
明してもらうぞニコラ
Nicola,
あ
be
の人
honest.
オ
Do
ル
you
ロッ
have
クが会
something
合
to
に
do
乱
with
入
that
した件
disciple,
あれは
Orlock,
お前の手引き
charging
か
into the meeting?
うんそうだよ
Yes, that's right. Nicola, you little shit. What did you do?
彼は峡谷の言葉をダンテに伝えたいって
We've known each other a
前から面
while.
識があった
He
こ
had
と
a
に
message
仲
for
介を
you
頼ん
from
で
the
きたんだ
church and approached me to ask a favor. I studied Nicola's familiar face, looking to see what was on his mind. Nicola already seemed to be bracing himself, though his outward behavior and voice didn't change.
今回の件は
At the
残念
moment,
だけどファルツォ
I
ーネの
felt
手
that
に余る
things
と僕
were
は考え
becoming
た
unmanageable for the Foul Zone.
ファルツォーネはクラシッ
The
クな商
Foul
売が好
Zone's
きだ
been
昔ながらの
involved
信頼関係
in
で成立
classic
している
dealings. Our work is based off old relationships.
ビスコンティほど金の流れ
Compared
に
to the
対して機敏で
Visconti,
もないし
we're
新
not
しい
as
ものを
active
取
in
り入れない
bringing in new business.
ラオ州のように入り組んだ
We
情報
don't
網を
have
持
a
ってい
solid
るわけでも
network of
ないし
intel like
後
the
ろに
Lao
資金
Shu
源があるわ
and
けで
no
もない
financial backing.
ビスコンティとラオ州を
So
巻き
you
込む
had
ため
Orlock
オルロックに会合の
tell
場で
that
あの話
story
を
in
させたのは
order to involve the Visconti and the Lao Shu.
そういうこと
Exactly.
あくまで考えたのは僕
That was all
オルロ
my
ックは
doing,
橋渡しをし
but
てくれただ
Orlock
け
served as the bridge.
オルロックがファルツォーネ以外にもこ
He
の
asked
話を
his
伝え
boss
てい
if
い
he
かっ
could
て上
share
に打
this
診してみ
secret
たら
with people outside the Foul Zone family. Welcome home, Cole. I'm glad you drove safe. Good job. Did you get something to eat on your way home, or are you going to make something to eat at home? You have to take care of yourself. For me. Hi, baby Nova. What you doing? Did you wake up? Ooh, bougie pizza is the best pizza. Hi, baby kitty. Why you hiding under the chair? What you doing down there? Kitty. Pretty kitty. Okay. I can reach her. I'm just a little tilted to the side to do it.
意外なほどあっさり許可が下
And
りて
surprisingly, it was approved rather quickly.
多分峡谷も今
I
回の
think the
件は
church
ファルツォーネだけじゃ
understands
解
that
決でき
the
ないと
Foul
思ってい
Zone
たんじゃ
can't
ないか
resolve
な
this issue alone.
峡谷は
The
生
church
物の秘密が他に漏れ
is
るという
willing
リ
to
スクを冒
jeopardize
してま
the
で
safety of the relic
一刻も早く
in
事態を
order to
収拾させ
resolve
ることを願う
this issue as soon
と
as
いうわけか
possible. I understood matters were urgent, but at the same time, I was irritated. Of course you were, Dante.
生物秘匿より
Rather
目
than
先の
protect the
金の
relic,
有無に配慮とは
the church is
峡谷
concerned
も
about
随分
money.
植物的になった
How
な
practical.
峡谷はどちらも得る
They're
つもりなんだよ
probably planning
僕
to
たちが
obtain
失敗しても
both.
この町
Even
から
if we
生物を
fail,
取り上げる
all
だ
they
け
have
で
to
済む
do
し
is
ね
remove the relic from this town.
俺たちの意志を無視して
So they
鍵を
plan on
開けよう
ignoring what
とい
we
うことか
want and turning the key anyways? I understood what Nicola was saying and sighed wearily.
話は分かった
I understand.
だが
But
お前は一人で動きすぎだ
you're moving on your own too much,
今
Nicola.
後は必ず俺に
Next
話を
time,
通せ
bring these matters to me first. Okay, pretty boy Dante. Don't be mad. Don't be jealous.
時と場合によるかな。
I suppose
申
it
し訳ない
depends on
け
the
ど、
matter.
必ずという
Sorry,
希望に
but
は
I
沿うね。
can't always go by what you think. Nicholas seemed to be giving me a soft smile, but his green eyes weren't smiling.
君はこのファルツォーネの
As
こと
the
として
boss of
組
the
織と
family,
宿命を守らなければならない。
your role is to protect the family.
もし君が会合前に
If you had
この
heard the
提案を僕から
suggestion from
聞い
me
て
before
き
the
っと反
meeting,
対しただろうね。生物の情報を
I'm
共
certain you
有
would have
するなん
said
て
no.
ありえないって。
You wouldn't have agreed to reveal the relic.
もちろん責めているわけじゃないよ。
Of course, I don't blame you.
君は提案がどれだけ理にかなっていようと
No matter
反
how
対しなければ
reasonable
なら
the
ない立場だから
proposal,
ね。
in this case, it's your duty to be opposed. Nicola didn't look away from me and spoke with a gentle but strong determination. That's why when you can't move, I will, even if that means I lie to you. I am your right-hand man, after all. You just like causing trouble on purpose, so... Be like that, Nicola.
勝手にしろ。
Do as you wish. What kind of bougie pizza did you get? Why do you have to hide under the chair? Bubba? Bubba? Give me one margarita. I'm gonna open my lips. Hi! Beep. We talked about nothing in particular, and I couldn't help but appreciate his kindness. Chapter 3 Discovery. Ooh, the fancy pepperoni. I hope it's delicious. I hope it's amazing and you get all good things that you deserve. The morning after the meeting, Gil told me the Foul Zone guard had arrived and took me to his room. So you're from the Foul Zone? Yes. The name's Leo Cavanis. Sure. The young man gave a friendly smile and looked to be about my age. Does seeing a young guy like me worry you? That's the wrong voice. Does seeing a young guy like me worry you? No, it's not that. In fact, I feel relieved. I was more worried about meeting an intimidating person. Don't worry. The scariest in the Foul Zone is our boss. But the rest of us are all real nice people. Good, Cole. Good. I'm glad it tastes good. Beep, beep, beep. I'm also giving my cat attention at the same time. She's being needy today. Is that meant to reassure me? It's a pleasure, Senorna. Likewise, it's a pleasure. Oh, and please call me Pink. It's what everyone calls me. Leo seemed relieved, and I saw him relax and smile brightly. I'm glad. I'm not used to things like this, so to be honest, I'm relieved you said that. Please call me Leo as well. Well, Leo's a good fit to guard you. If Dante or Niccolo were with you 24/7, it'd definitely catch people's eye. Especially since you walk around with me too. Oh, Twitch, why you being like that on the phone? That's stupid of you. How dare. Yeah, I noticed it was struggling with me the other day too when I was at work. And I was like, why are you doing that? I didn't like it. Because sometimes at the customer service factory, I listen to things on Twitch when it's slower. People will wonder what happened between the Falzone and the Visconti. The whole town will be abuzz. I couldn't help but smile, imagining it. Besides, this guard will be by your side a long time. I'm sure Dante chose someone who wouldn't make you feel uncomfortable. Would Dante be that considerate? I certainly think so. Despite his appearance, the boss is real kind. He seemed very stern, but I suppose that's not all there is to him. Leo stood tall and officially faced Gil. Senor Redford, please allow me to accompany Pinker for the duration of my assignment. Right. It's a pleasure to have you, Leo. If you do anything suspicious, I will immediately report it to the Falzone. You're so cute, Leo. Stop it. That is my job. Leo's words made me a little nervous. But Gil smiled and obliged. Why is the V off center? Why is everything bugging me now? Oh my god. I'm having a moment here today. Now, don't provoke me. That's biting off more than you can chew. Besides, if you die as the guard, it'll be a quick decision for the Falzone. They'll have an excuse to raid us, and you'd fulfill your mission, Leo. The V being off center? Or biting off more than he can chew? I told you. Gilbert is another buy for buy route. They're all buy for buy routes here. The Visconti and the Falzone are working together. That means we're comrades, right? We're able to cooperate now, so there's no point in ruining it over a dumb fight. Leo still stared at Gil, looking as if his guard was still up. Now that we've got the introductions out of the way, come to the lounge. I want to discuss what's next. They're all putting the gangbang in gangbang. They're all putting the gang in gangbang. god. Cole, we're degen. Both of us. Together. Together forever. Gil sat down and looked around at the men who had gathered. As a result of our meeting last night, we have decided to form a coalition with the Falzone and the Laoshu. The bosses have all agreed to forget our differences for now, but I know some of you won't be satisfied with that. Therefore, we've decided that each family will do their own investigations. It's that big gremlin energy. It's that gremlin energy. I got that goblin blood. I see. Oh my god. Why the commas instead of the periods? So cooperation amongst the families, while we're still acting separately, that seems to be the most logical choice. Right? And we'll also have the occasional meeting to share information. I need a minute to get my life and brain together. Y'all. We normally don't take breaks this early. I need a fucking, yeah, it's the translation issue. The V's are off. The everything. I need a minute, y'all. I'll be back. Okay. Boop, 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 doop. You know what we didn't put up? Interest tracker. Right? We'll also have the occasional meeting to share information. Gil, how do you plan on doing the investigation? Is there anything I can do to help? When I asked Gil, he seemed to be a little happy to hear it, and his smile grew wider. Oh yeah, babe. You can help. Help me relieve my stress at the end of the day. When I am back from work. You certainly can. I tend to like getting my information straight from the source. Having you around would be mighty helpful. Coincidentally, Gil, I like to get things straight from the source too. Being that this is a Barone affair, I reckon having a chat with the townspeople would give us some answers. And people of Krita must be worried after hearing that I was arrested. I should drop by and say hi. Just what I expected. Although the circumstances weren't ideal, Gil seemed to be perfectly at ease. Thanks to him, the rising anxiety I had been feeling slowly started to dissipate. After Gil had finished giving his men orders, everyone began to file out of the lounge so that we could bang on the table. Remaining in the room were Gil, Oliver, Leo, and myself. Oh. There's going to be an audience of Leo? I have my own preparations to attend to. Oh, Oliver. I've had a cat tree for almost 2 years, and Terry has never used it once in that time. And now he's caught on camera. Yay! I can't wait to see. That's all right. Mama Magica, Mama NeonNova decided that for my Christmas present this year, I'm getting a cat tree for baby Nova. And I'm so excited. I'm gonna put it right by my window. In my room so that she can have the cat tree in the room. In the office, she'll still just have the cat bed, but in my bedroom, she'll have the cat tree. And I'm so excited to get her one.
At present, I am uncertain whether I can use the anecdotal evidence Gilbert obtained in court. Worst case, no matter what happens, I must prove Gilbert's innocence by whatever means necessary.
You're gonna lie for your man if you have to, Oliver. And I admire that in a man. Right? I'll leave that all to you. Thanks. Gilbert turned to me as though he remembered something.
Oh, we should drop by the Foul Zone sometime soon and talk to Dante.
Dante? You may not be up for it, but there was one thing he said that bothered me. Do you remember when Dante said it was the Foul Zone's mission to protect the Key Maiden? Oh, yes. I remember because he was weird about it. But he never told us the role this Key Maiden plays.
It must be important. Something that would require the Mafia to protect it. Having complete, accurate information is important.
Remember when Dante said it's his mission to turn the key on? He's frigid. He better warm up his hands. Leo, have you heard anything about this? I asked Leo since he was part of the Foul Zone, but he shook his head apologetically. I'm sorry. I was told nothing. The first time I heard about the Key Maiden was when I was ordered to be your guard. I was told to protect you, but I wasn't given any other details.
Gilbert, I know it may not be my place to say so, but perhaps you're overthinking it.
I asked Leo since he was a voyeur.
From what I heard, she's very important to the Foul Zone. That much I understand. However, given that the Burlone Mafia have agreed to cooperate, do you think she's safe from all harm?
The Lao Shu may be quiet, but we don't know if they're the only enemies. Whoever's setting me up may also have information about her as well. We need to be able to move in an emergency. Gil, are you worried about the real culprit? I asked Leo because he's standing there watching me converse with my two husbands. The lawyer and the mafia boss. What are you caught on headphones? Oh, my sweater. Okay. Yeah. If they deliberately framed me, there's a chance they have some kind of grudge. Of course. That may also not be the case. I may have been chosen by coincidence. Exactly. I mean, I don't know if Leo is. Wouldn't he have to be involved in the relationship in some way for that to make sense? Just a voyeur. He's just watching. Regardless, the more information, the better. So I want to hurry up and get to it. I see. You have a point there. There are some things about the Foul Zone that are concerning. However, before that, wouldn't it be better you visit Yang of the Lao Shu first? There's a strong chance that the Li Huang Hu is involved with the counterfeiting, correct? Then wouldn't it be more efficient to speak with the head of the Lao Shu first? True. I shouldn't ignore that. But if we ask now, would we get any more information than we got last night? I'm sure not much has changed overnight, so it may be more effective to wait for Yang to spy on the home country first. Oliver seemed to be convinced, then nodded lightly before falling silent in thought. Leo looked around at everyone's expressions and asked timidly, a lot's been discussed, but at the end of the day, what are we going to do? Nasal voice. I want to hear Pink's opinion. Me? Little old me? I'm allowed an opinion? Yeah, with your involvement, you are legitimately an interested party. You have a right to choose your path as well. As I said earlier, I don't plan on having you stay here forever. But you could. See, Gilbert, best path. I also promised Dante that I'd protect you. In order for me to keep my word, you're going to move with me. I've said it before, but the safest place for you in this town is right by my side. It's the 1920s, not the 2020s. Women have rights. I mean, if you compare it to the other routes. No, we don't. But Gil said, I'm gonna... This is my woman. My woman's got a brain of her own. I'm gonna let her do what she wants. Gilbert looked at me straight in the eye and smiled with so much confidence. I'll be staying back. I have many things to prepare before the trial. Not yet. But that was fun. A murder romp with Yang? Always fun. Oh. I'll be going with you guys, of course. I was appointed to be your guard after all. So, what do you want to do? If you don't feel like it, I can save going to the Foul Zone and the Lao Shus another time. We can take care of other things. Hold on. We need to do that sexier. We can take care of other things. So let me know. What should I do? I thought hard on it. Visit the Foul Zone. I think it would be best to visit the Foul Zone as soon as possible. I need that heart drooling emoji. Right? That's what it's for. I am gonna make a horny jail one too. Don't worry.
I know my brand.
Besides, I want to know more about myself as well.
わかった。
Got
じゃ
it.
早
Then
速
let's
出
get
かけるか。
going. With that, we immediately set off to the foul zone.
So, Gil, did you let Dante know we were on our way?
ん？する必要あったか？
Do I have to?
What? What?
俺が取り継いできます。
I'll go make the call.
I'll go make the call.
いくら協定を結んだか
Even
らっ
if
て
we formed a
昨日のショー
coalition,
でビス
I'm
コ
sure
ンティ
no
のボ
one
ス
would
が正
expect
面か
the
ら来る
boss
の
of
は
the
想定
Visconti
外
to
です
show
よ。
up at the front door.
構成員がみんな度肝を抜かれ
Everyone
ちゃ
will
い
be
ますか
so
ら。
surprised.
ちょっと待ってて
Please
くだ
give
さ
me
い。
one moment.
そうか？気にす
You
ることね
think
えの
so?
に。ダンテもき
They
っ
don't
と
have to worry
俺と
about
同じで気
anything.
にしねえ
I'm
よ。
sure Dante won't mind.
I didn't know how to respond, so I gave a partial response and a wry smile.
ようダンテ。
Yo,
昨日はよく
Dante.
眠れたか？
You sleep
顔色
well
は良
last
くねえ
night?
ようだが。
You don't look too shabby.
気にするな。少し不機嫌
Don't
なだ
worry
けだ。
about it. I'm just in a bad mood.
何かあったのか？
Did something happen? His brows furrowed, and without saying anything, he glared at Gil with a stern look.
Maybe it wasn't a good idea to show up unannounced. I felt uncomfortable, but took a deep breath before speaking. Buongiorno, Dante.
Don't worry about it. Nobody pulled my hair.
Forgive us for visiting on such short notice. I wanted to ask you something about myself, the Key Maiden.
わかった。
Understood.
今更隠す必要はない。
There's no point in hiding
俺の知って
anything
いる
now.
ことは全て
I'll
話そう
tell you what I know.
ここまで巻き込んでしまった
Now
以上
that we've involved you to
お前に
this
は知る
degree,
権利がある。
you have a right to know.
Damn right I do. Tell me everything about me.
レオ。
Leo.
はい。
Yes, sir.
俺は部屋の外に出てます
I'm
ね。
going to wait outside the
何かあれ
room.
ば
If you need anything, call for me.
Leo seemed to grasp what Dante wanted to say, bowing and swiftly exiting the room. Dante looked down with a sigh, then looked up at me sternly.
ファルツォーネは
The
古くから
Valzone
この
have
地で生
lived
きてきた
in this land for
その隠された使命
generations.
は
We were
生
tasked
物
in
の
secret
管
to
理
oversee the relic.
ブルローネ教会に伝
You
わ
are
る
aware of
信
the
託を知って
divine
いるの
message regarding the Church of Berlone?
Sure. Yes. The Church of Berlone was said to have been built by those who heard the prophecy. But not many know much about the legend anymore. No definitive records have been found, and it has been forgotten by history.
それはファルツォーネが情報を操作してきたからだ
That's because the Valzone tampered with the information.
その信託を受けたのは
The ones who
他ではない
received the prophecy was none other than the Valzone's ancestor.
信託の内容には
The
生
message
物の
also
封印を
foretold
解
of a
く鍵
key that would
すなわち
unlock the seal
鍵
to the
の乙女
relic.
についても
In
含ま
other
れていた
words, the Key Maiden.
それについて公にす
The
ることはでき
information
ない
was
から
not to be made public,
教会建立
and
に関
so
する伝承のみ
only
が
the
残ったんだ
legend of the church's construction remains to this day.
だがファル
The
ツォーネに
Valzone
も封
does
印を
not
解
have
く具体的
detailed
な手段までは
instructions
伝
on
わ
how
って
to
いない
lift the seal.
長い歴史の中
So
で
as for what
何かが
happened
起
long
きたの
ago, all the
今は
information
失われて
has
しま
been
っている
lost.
Don't lie to me. I remember in your route we have instructions on how to open the seal. But I need to get dicked down. By you, but That's not happening in this route. Dante didn't look away from me and spoke in a matter-of-fact way. The key maiden is chosen through astrology by the church and disclosed to the foul zone. Because of their value, many key maidens throughout time have been targeted. So that's why they need to be protected. Gil finished his thought, and Dante nodded slightly. I need my seat open. Put it down. Bring it down. We got gremlin energy tonight. Gremlin energy, I say. Gilbert, you are well aware that there are organizations who enter Berlin to participate in criminal activity for profit. What if those people found out that there is a woman who the foul zone are treating specially? What would happen? My imagination ran wild, and I felt a chill run down my spine. This incident, if the culprit is after money or power, and her existence goes public, everyone will come after her. Gil's expression turned grim as he looked at Dante. Oh, Cole, that's okay. I'm happy to take all your gremlin energy too. I'm 99% gremlin energy, so I save it for stream because we can't be a gremlin at the customer service factory. And I can only annoy my roommate so much before they're like, get out of my face, Pinker. They're like, I can't deal with you anymore. Leave me alone. And I can only annoy Nova so much before she bites me. You know why I have so much gremlin energy? It's because I thought I was going to see Mama and Papa NeonNova today. And I'm a menace when I see Mama and Papa NeonNova. They were going to take me to run errands with them today and go shopping. Because that's what we do when we see each other. They come into the city because they live on a farm. And we go shopping. And I be a menace. Like an absolute ridiculous menace. Like Mama NeonNova takes me to Costco. Usually we end up at Costco. Yeah, they were supposed to tire me out. I have clown blood when I see my mom. And when I think I'm going to see my mom, it's like the clown blood boils up in me. But she takes me to Costco. And I do this thing where I ask my mom if she wants everything we look at. And not just like, ha ha ha, this is a funny bit I do for like 3 items. I ask her if she wants literally everything until she tells me to fuck off. Because it is the funniest thing in the world to me. And she doesn't just have to tell me once or twice to fuck off. She has to do it like 3 or 4 times before I'm like, okay, I'm done now. And if she doesn't feed me, I'm worse. That's another thing. I was promised lunch out today, and I did not get lunch out. Because she changed her mind. She was like, I need to do laundry. I need to do things around the house. We'll come in to the city tomorrow. And I'm like, I have all this energy ready for you. I am ready to be the biggest menace in the world. And you're just like, I'm not coming to see you today. Ha 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 ha. Well, I just have to deal with it. Yeah, so I'm too hyper today because of that, I think, is my big issue. The Falzone are the keepers of the grave, who have passed down this role by blood to protect the relic. In order to do so, we needed power, meaning money and weapons. We took up arms to protect this land from the rulers of the time, and have since come to be known as the Mafia today. Then, the reason why the Falzone is so concerned by blood is our rules of pure blood is that the Visconti despised was due to the rules of guardianship we were given. After speaking, he gave a heavy sigh. Pinker, I know it may be unforgivable, but I wish to apologize. I'm sorry. You were involved in the Falzone's mission. Dante. If I could, I would have continued to protect you in secret without your knowing anything. The Key Maiden is something that changes with the stars. If enough time passed, you wouldn't have known anything, and eventually would have been free. But because the church has questioned the capabilities of the Falzone to protect you, because I wasn't good enough, the truth has been revealed. Up until now, he had simply been telling me the facts, but now his voice and expression looked pain. Oh, poor baby. It's okay, I got myself a good man now. It may be true that I found out something I didn't need to know, but I have no regrets. Rather than go on without knowing, I think it's better that I know. I see. You are quite strong. Hell yeah, I am. He smiled a little. Dante, while we're at it, I have some gruesome things to discuss. You got a sec? I don't mind. However, I don't think she needs to hear this. Gil nodded at Dante's words and looked in my direction. We must ask you to wait a while until we're finished. Is that all right? I'm fine. I'll be waiting with Leo, I answered calmly. After speaking with Dante, my former doubts about the Falzone now turned to trust. Gil walked with me all the way to the door as I gave them their privacy. To smooch each other? Why am I not allowed to watch? Why am I only allowed to watch when you kiss? Why am I only allowed to watch you kiss Oliver? That's rude. I'm getting a bit of a headache. Give me a sec. The weather this year has been whack, okay? Ugh, my brain is struggling. Gil walked me all the way to the door as I gave them their privacy. Sorry about that. I'll be quick. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Pink. I just need to pound this out with this twink real quick. I'll be right there. No. Don't worry about it. I know it's important. Grazie. Then, Leo, make sure to guard her good. Clipping and editing this fucking part of this Let's Play series is gonna be fucking amazing. Okay. Understood. Leave it to me. Sometimes I wish I had hand tracking just so you could see how many times I put my face to my hand. Just from hearing our short conversation, Leo immediately understood the situation. Oh my god. I'm fine. I've already I've already shooed people away, so feel free to talk as you please. Someone call Yang so he's not left out. Oh my god. That's very helpful. Well, see you later. Gil smiled and waved at me, then went back into the room. Then, why don't we go wait to the salon until they're done talking? The other men might be there, but if they ask anything, I'll be the one to explain. Okay. I can't. I made a joke and everything the characters kept saying kept making it worse. My model's eyes can't even open because I can't open my goddamn eyes anymore. Okay, some water time.
Jesus. Joseph and Mary. This is not. You didn't even have to be here to choke me out this time. Oh my god. I'm okay. I can breathe. Okay. No more innuendos. We are say so now.
Sure. Thank you, Leo. As he gave a brief explanation about the manor, I followed Leo to the salon. When we entered, I was amazed at the beauty of the room, feeling its history. So much care was put into every detail, and it glowed with a warm light. It was a little different from the Visconti lounge, elegant, but it also made me feel a little nervous. Luckily, everyone seemed to be out, so no one was around. Welcome to the Falzone Manor. I'm sure it was cold out today. The lady dressed in a housemaid's uniform handed each of us a mug. Hot milk? Hot milk again? I can drink espresso. I'm not a kid. You say so, but to me, you're just like a child, dear Leo. Oh, this is Julia. She handles the housework around here. Julia, my wife. Mommy. Pleased to meet you, Julia. I'd be happy if you'd call me Pink. Welcome, Pink. If you're a friend of young Dante, you're a friend of young Dante, are you not? Feel free to drop by any. Well, I suppose it would be difficult just to drop by, but you're welcome to visit anytime. Young Dante? She must have been working for the family for a long time now. Hey, don't call her old, protagonist. She's aged like a fine wine. The boss of the Falzone was known to be cold, but to her, he was still a kid. Knowing that made him feel a little more approachable. As I thought, I raised the mug to my lips and drank the hot, steaming milk. Oh, this is delicious. It wasn't just milk. There was a sweet taste of honey and a faint scent of cinnamon. I felt the tension inside me melt away from the warmth. I've served hot milk to many of the children of the Falzone. When they grow up, they naturally grow out of it, but they all loved it when they were little. Well, there was one child who didn't like it. I love this hot milk, Julia. It's really delicious. My, that's sweet of you. Thank you. I can make it for you anytime. I see you've all become friends over hot milk. Oh, Nicola. Julia showed me her recipe, so I used to make it often for Dante back in the day. Those were good times. He entered the salon and smiled kindly at me. Buongiorno, signorina. Buongiorno, Nicola. You know, I think it was good timing, telling you that story. That story? He must be talking about the story of the Key Maiden from the other day.
Nope, I'm not looking at you, Cole. Or I'll have another giggle fit. Also, not like that. They're cousins. Dante has been tied to his mission and carrying the burden all by himself. Although it was the church who revealed the Falzone's secret. Thanks to that, I feel the burden on Dante's shoulder has become a little lighter. No, the one who Nicola gives hot milk to would be Orlok. How'd you not know they were cousins? I think it comes up like a lot more in Nicola's Route, and I don't think you were here when I played Nicola's Route. My brain's all over the place today. I'm dumb. This man must have supported the boss, Dante, all this time. That's the horny jail. Why is Twitch not closing on me then? I'm the one with the problem. He seems truly concerned about Dante's well-being. I could sense that. May I join you all? Let's chat a while. Sure, I'd love to hear your story. He looked at me with his jade green eyes, and I smiled back at him, nodding. It's because I'm Sato. Yeah, I think you kind of caught the tail end of the Yang stuff. Or I just showed you some of the Yang stuff because I love him. Or you just know that I'm hot for Yang. Because I never shut up about him. But yeah, it's much more like mentioned explicitly in the Nicola route, and he was the first route I did. Because it just happened that way. But yeah, technically, they are cousins. Or not technically, they are cousins. So the four of us talked as we ate the snacks Gilia prepared for us. What are you doing? Nope, these peer ears. I've never heard of Yang in his yandere. Right? What are you doing? You were late, and your guest seemed bored, so I was spending time with her. We were discussing your childhood. Frowning, he put his fingers to his brow as if he had a headache. You seem to be getting along. Let me join. Gil laughed happily as he sat down beside me. When I first visited the Falzone Manor, I was naturally very nervous. Now, I felt my heart was at peace. It was as if I came to visit the house of a dear friend. It felt peaceful and warm. I'm glad I came here.
I felt like I was able to take the next step, feeling radiant and bright.
Yeah, he did.
ああ、レオ。
Ah,
ちょっとパリ
Leo,
スへの届け
I
物を
need
頼
to
みたいん
ask
だ
you
け
to
ど、
send a
いいかな？
package to Paris. Is that alright? Paris? Wait, Gerald Paris? The city councilor of Berlin?
もちろんです。いつ
Of
も俺が
course.
やってますし。
I'm always happy to help.
でも
Oh, but... Leo looked over at me, worried. Gil spoke up, understanding what he wanted to say.
もう帰るだけだ。護衛のことは気にせず、用
All
が済
we're
んでから
doing
戻
is
ってこ
going
い。
home. Don't worry about guarding her. Just do your thing, then come back. Leo looked at Dante, seeing that he wasn't saying anything. Leo nodded eventually.
じゃあ、この
Then,
後はよろしくお願
thank
いし
you
ます。
very much.
すみませ
Excuse
ん。
me.
すぐ
I
に
will
戻ります
return
から。
shortly. And that's how Gil and I ended up leaving Falzone Manor alone. Since we had to return to the Visconti Manor, Gil and I were walking the streets of Creta.
そうだ。
That's
屋敷
right.
に戻る前に
Before we
寄
go
りたい
back,
ところがあるんだよ。
I'd like to drop by somewhere. Gilbert, we promised Leo we would go right home. Gil just remembered something and turned to me deliberately. Oh, that's fine. I'll go with you. I accepted immediately, but Gil looked a little troubled.
いや、改め
Actually,
て考えると、
thinking about it,
シニョリーナを連れて行く場
I
所
don't
じゃ
think
な
it's
く
a
てな。
place I should take a Signora. Although he didn't stop walking, Gil seemed to have thought twice about it. Where are you going?
ストラノだ。
Strano. Oh! Strano was known for being a very dangerous district, more so than Veleno. I knew he was concerned for my well-being, and that's why he wasn't sure about it. But that's all right. I often go to Strano to pass out food. You remember, right?
確かに。あんたにと
You
っては
have a point.
初めて行くような場所
I
でも
guess
ないか。
going there wouldn't be a first for you. Huh. Gil heard my response and nodded lightly. With that, we both set off for Strano. Today, Strano had a different air than usual. It was strangely noisy and crowded. I wonder what happened. An eerie feeling made us more alert. We looked around us and heard people shouting.
なんだとかな。喧嘩売ってんのか。
What the hell? Want to start something?
何言ってんだ。
What are you talking about? You're in the wrong here, making all the money yourself.
そうだそうだ。うまい
Yeah,
仕事
what
があ
he
るんだ
said.
ろ。
You
教えろ
got a good gig, right? Tell us what it is.
酔っ払い連中が喧嘩でもしてんのか。
Are the drunks fighting again?
うまい仕事なんて、そんなの
I
知る
don't
か。
have any gigs, and even if I
教えるわけ
did, I
ね。
wouldn't tell
なんだ
you.
とこの野郎。
What'd you
下で見せて
say,
やった
you
ら使い
bastard?
やがって。
You better be careful what you say to me. Onlookers were gathering and jeering them on. Their arguments seemed to be getting worse because they were drunk.
あのままにしとくとよくねえな。
We shouldn't leave them like that. Gil was watching them argue and muttered quietly to
ち
me.
ょっと待っててくれ。止めてくれ。
Hold on a minute. Let me go stop them. Oh, Gil.
お前ら、見てるだけならどいてくれ。
Hey guys, nothing to see here.
あ、今いいとこ。
Huh? It was just getting entertained. Ah!
あんた、
You're Gilbert.
バート。
Gil pushed the curious onlookers aside and headed towards the people arguing. The onlookers who noticed Gil froze and immediately made way for him.
この野郎、そこまで言うなら。
You bastard. If you're gonna say that much.
刃物
Yeah, why don't we put the knives away? Don't die over booze like this. The hell did you say? You're gonna cross me? Hmm? You look familiar. I don't know who the hell you are, but you got some nerve coming here with a woman.
Hey, that's rude. The argument turned towards us. Though frightened, I tried settling things down. Please calm down. Neither of us wanted to fight with you. Who the hell do you think you're talking to, stupid bitch? Hey! Gil's gonna knock your teeth in. That instant, a flash of purple came before my eyes. By the time I realized it was a coat, he was standing in front of me. It seems like you are the one who doesn't know who you're speaking to. Oh, it's my assassin! He's gonna murder everybody. Oh no. Orlok! Orlok was standing in front of me in a protective stance. Who the hell are you? Where did you come from? The young man gave him a hostile glare, and the other man cowered. Knife twink! Gil approached the others, tapping one of them on the shoulder. What do you say? Think you're sober now? Despite how I look, I hate blood. I'd rather stop you from pummeling each other to death. I can read. But I also don't like men who shout at women. It makes me want to pummel them to death. I know it sounds contradictory. Wait. Are you the Viscontis? If you guys aren't going to sober up over this, maybe I can help. Yeah, Gil's real distracting. He's very pretty. What do you say? No, haha, no. No need. Run for it. Don't let the booze get the best of you next time. That's not what a man does. Gil didn't seem to want to go after them, so we just watched them run off. Are you two okay? Are you two okay? Both Gil and Orlok nodded. We're lucky you two were able to stop them. I should apologize, because I butted in. They even brought you into the fight. Exactly. You need to be more careful when you have her around. Oh, that's right. You came to save her, huh? Thanks, Orlok. Anyways, why have you come here, Orlok? Orlok seemed to hesitate, but eventually he relented and spoke honestly. You see, I've been watching over you this entire time. Ever since you left the Visconti Manor, until now. You have? The church had chosen you, so you unknowingly became involved in mafia-related incidents. As a disciple, I wish to protect you. His Excellency also feels the same way. Thank you, Orlok. So you've been watching over me from afar? Oh, of course. I don't mean to say I'm watching you all day long,
I merely pay attention when you travel to dangerous places, such as Strano.
Yes, I'm very thankful for you. You saved me, even now.
It's fine. This is all for you.
Say, Orlok,
Yes.
it would make me happy if you call me by my name, Pink. You don't need to be too formal. Just treat me as a friend, and I'd be happy.
All right. I will. Pink.
Thank you.
And you can call me Gil. Orlok. Orlok, so please stop.
Wrong person. Gilbert, please stop collecting twinks. Oh my god. We cannot have a room of twinks for you to play with. I mean, we could, but like. Oliver's gonna get mad at us.
Yes. Gil.
ああ、なんか騒がしいと思ったらあんたらか。また金でもかかってるのか？
A knife with many sheaths is always at home. Oh, and I thought there was a commotion, but it's just you guys. Are you giving out money again?
It's my favorite child.
Oh, you're the kid from the other day. Let me ask you something. Has anything strange been happening here lately?
なんだよ、やぶからボーイ。
Huh? Where'd that come from? What do you mean by strange? Seeing new people around? Something like that? Tell me anything that's changed lately. If you tell me what you know, of course I'll pay you for the intel.
うーん。
Hmm.
ああ、
Ah,
変わったことか。
something that's changed?
言われて
Come
みれ
to
ば
think of it,
確かに一
there's
応ある。
something.
The man immediately.
He's not a man, he's a little boy.
The boy immediately stuck his hand out. You've got balls. Here, now let me hear it. Gil gave him a coin, and the boy gave a big smile. By the way, kid, what's your name?
ルカ。
Luca. He's got like the cat smile. Like the ooh smile. The Widow W smile. Luca. The boy who called himself Luca gripped the coin tightly and spoke.
この辺りってか、アルカの話なんだけど。
It's not around here, but in Arca. You know all the government offices over there? Gil, stop it. I'm just saying hi. Stop it. I saw tourists staying there. I could tell in a second that they weren't from Berlin. They were wearing nice suits, but something about them looked like they weren't just normal visitors. And I picked up a bag they dropped. Did you take it to the police?
Police? I'd never do that. If I took it there, it'd only cause me trouble. I only picked it up, and they're gonna ask if I stole it. Screw that. Good boy, Luca. So anyways, as I was saying, there was something weird in that bag.
You looked inside the dropped bag?
You got a problem with that? They dropped it on the ground already. Point is, it's mine.
I couldn't say it was a good thing to do, but considering how he lived his life here, I couldn't exactly reprimand him either.
で、あのカバン
So I was gonna throw it
捨てようかと思ってた
away.
けど、あんたが買い取ってく
But
れ
if
る
you
な
want
ら
to buy it from
ねぐ
me,
らから取って
I
くる
can
から
bring
待っ
it
てて
from my place if you're willing to wait.
品物次第だな。
Depends on what's inside. If it is as weird as you say, I'll pay you well.
よっしゃじゃあ
All
すぐ
right,
戻るから
then I'll be right back. You stay here. You stay there. Luca's like, I found a weird thing. Do you want to buy it from me? And Gil's like, I don't know. Is it cool? I love them. I love that for them. Just as he said, he returned immediately with a letter, a white envelope with a torn red seal.
これは
Is this?
刻印か
Nope.
ルカ
Is this
お前
a
は
seal of
中身も見て
a
るか
casino? Luca, did you read inside?
ううん俺読めねえし
No,
その封筒
I can't
最
read.
初から開いて
But
た
that
ぜ
envelope was already opened.
けどただの手紙だろ
But it's only a letter,
金に
right?
ならねえから
It's
ほっ
not
とい
gonna
た
magically turn into money. So I just left it. Gil opened the envelope. On the night of the new moon, come to the 12 seats. Let's explore your dreams.
12の席
12 seats.
テーブル番号か
Could it be a table number? Gil stared at the letter, looking down at an enclosed bill. Haha, joke's on you, I can't read. Right? The little orphan child, I love him so much. This is a $10 bill.
この辺じゃその金は使えねえからな
You can't use that money around here.
かといって俺の
Then
身なりさ
again,
それを使
I
われ
wouldn't
る
be
ような店
able
に
to
は
go
入れねえ
into a
し
place where I could use it.
ルカよくやった
Luca,
こいつは
you
な
did
かなか
good.
面白いもんだ
This is pretty interesting stuff. Gil praised Luca with a smile, then pulled out several bills from his wallet. Luca gripped them in his hands. Holy shit, we're rich.
こんなに
This
いいの
much?
か
Are
も
you
らっちまっ
sure?
て
Luca's eyes sparkled. He immediately put them in his pocket without waiting for an answer.
なあこれ
Hey,
からも何かあった
if
らさ
anything else
あんた
happens
に報告
and
し
I
たら買ってくれるか
report to you, will you buy the information from me?
うんもちろん
Yeah,
助か
of
る
course. It'd be a big help.
やった俺にも
Yeah, luck's finally come around to me. You're lost, loser. To you, too? Something about that struck me, and Luca gave a big nod.
ああ最近
Yeah,
景気がいいのか知ら
I
ねえ
don't
けど
know.
ストラノ
It
で
seems
金
like
回りの
business,
いい大人が増えて
business,
るんだ
business. Business is good lately. Lots of people in Strano have money now.
でも見入りのいい仕
But
事
when you
は
have something
誰だって
good,
人に教えたくねえ
no
だろ
one wants to tell everyone, you know.
だからみんなどこで稼い
That's
で
why
る
no
か
one
黙ってて
tells
さ
you how they make it.
俺は俺
Well,
でやるからいいけど
I'm gonna make my own money then.
じゃあな何かあった
Later,
ら連絡
guys.
する
If anything happens, I'll let you know.
景気がいいか
So, business is good lately.
Gil muttered to himself as he watched Luca run off.
偽札の件が広まれば
If this keeps
俺
spreading,
たちの客は
we'll
減る
lose our customers.
実際すでに減り始
And
め
it's
た節
actually
がある
already starting now.
裏の人間は情報が
News
早い
travels
からな
fast underground.
そのうち観光客も減り
Eventually, it'll drive off the tourists,
経済的に
and
大打
Berlone
撃
will
を受
take
け
a
る
big financial hit. Luca, busting the mystery wide open. Luca, the linchpin to the mob's success.
そうなれば
If that happens, it'll become even harder to live in Strano.
ストラノだけじゃない
Not just
他の
Strano,
地区でも
The surrounding regions will be affected. People will lose their jobs and perhaps their homes.
Thinking about all the possibilities made me depressed. I stared in the direction of where Luca ran off, and Gil muttered quietly, We were lucky we met Luca. He seems dependable. Kids like that have a tendency to look at the world around them more than adults. After we left Strano, we parted ways with Orlok and headed back to Creta. According to Gil, it seemed like Orlok was very busy as well. He was responsible for communicating with the church and following their orders. We chatted as we walked and reached a small street market in Creta. Oh, Gil, I heard you were arrested. As soon as people spotted Gil, they rushed over to talk to him. Yeah.
Oh, wrong voice.
Yeah.
Sorry for worrying you guys. As you can see, I'm out now, so fear not.
Gil smiled, and everyone gathered around him even more. I heard about it. There's no way that the Visconti would ever make counterfeit money. We all know that you wouldn't do such a thing, Gil. Don't worry. The people of Creta are all on Gil's side. The people talking to Gil were all smiling, and that made me feel warm inside. As I watched them all from afar. Signorina. Huh? You're so beautiful. When I saw you, I knew what true love was. I want to take you away with me now. Is that okay? Oh, no. I'm waiting for someone. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be like that. Please teach this fool what love is. I have 2 husbands. I'm sorry.
Even when I clearly said no, he wouldn't give up and grab my hand. Please stop. I tried to shake him off, but his grip was stronger than I expected.
It's okay, it's okay. You won't regret it.
Don't! Just then, I felt another arm reach out and pull me from the side.
Gil, you cannot look that attractive. Please stop. We're already having a night, sir. You have business with my woman.
Ah! I was surprised, and not just by what he said. It was also because he pulled me so close that my body was up against his. We're touching the titty.
Gilbert.
As soon as he realized who was standing next to me, he went pale.
I'll teach you one thing. If you're going to pick up a girl, make no mistake. A man doesn't deserve a woman's love if he forces her to do something she hates.
Gil, is that a gun, or are you just happy to see me?
I'm just happy to see you.
Oh, Gilbert. We have fun here. Gil still held me tightly with a broad smile on his face. However, his eyes weren't laughing at all. His stare was piercing cold. I'm sorry, Gil. Bert, I didn't mean to.
You're apologizing to the wrong person.
I apologize, Signorina. It's fine, as long as you understand.
よかった。じゃあ
Thank
俺は
God.
これで。
I'll be on my way then.
The man turned around without a second look and desperately ran off. Gil stared at the man running away as he still held me close. But just before my heart reached its limit, he let me go. Look at his cleavage before we leave this CG. Whew. Baby, baby. It's fine, as long as you understand I got this man titty. Also, get you a man who waists so wide he can't do up the bottom button of his vest.
Are you alright?
Yes? Thanks, Gil. I'm happy you saved me. I was relieved that nothing bad happened. I smiled and thanked Gil with gratitude. Ugh. Suits. Everyone who wears suits is so immaculate. He's, she's, they's. Just. Suits are beautiful on people.
No problem. Rather, I should apologize. I shouldn't have left your side.
Gil looked sorry and apologized with a troubled expression.
Let's go home for the day. It was wrong of me to get carried away, chatting with everyone and making you wait. Next time, join in on the conversation too. I'm sure everyone would enjoy it.
Thank you. I suppose I'll take you up on your offer then. We left the shopping district and walked the short way we had left. Just a little longer until the manor.
I finished analyzing the invitation and the $10 bill you brought. The invitation is nothing more than it appeared. However, the $10 bill was indeed a counterfeit.
I knew it. But why would they put that in an invitation? A small little seed money? A little small for seed money, wouldn't you say? I stared at the counterfeit bill on the table and muttered, "This bill looks brand new." Oh, I mean, it's not dirty at all, and there aren't any creases. If it hasn't gone out to the public, perhaps it was freshly made. Gil's eyes grew wide, and then he grabbed the counterfeit bill, staring at it.
You're absolutely right. This is a new bill, a newly printed one. Then that means...
Gil swallowed, and a fiery red appeared beyond his eyes. Gil, what are you planning to do?
It would be rude to decline the invitation.
We'll see them on the next night of the new moon, next Friday. Ooh, we party crashing. Boop, 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 boop. He's planning to go to the casino. My heart began to pound, feeling like something was about to happen. Chapter 4. Okay, I need to take another quick little break here.
We're crashing the dungeon.
Oh, yeah. Boop, 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 doop. Because I need to go feed the kitty cat. It's time for somebody to get her din din. And that somebody is not me, but my child, so. I'll be back in like 10 minutes. Hello, we are back. Yeah. I'm just settling back into my seat. All right. It had been around a week since I started staying with the Visconti. Every day we gathered information on the counterfeit money issue. However, it wasn't easy to find details about the real culprit. Even though Gild's freedom was on the line, he said there was no point in panicking and didn't seem to be bothered by the fact that nothing was improving. Sorry, I forgot to write down a time. More water. Walking down the hallway, I saw an unfamiliar face leaving Gil's room. Meanwhile, uninvited, it was a beautiful afternoon. I greeted an unexpected visitor and found myself somehow playing chess with him. Church Twink! I wonder how they've been doing in Boulogne. What do you think, Yosef? Well, at the end of the day, they're a criminal organization, although we are linked to their ancestry. Oh, my knight. Pieces that carelessly jump out of their troop can only blame themselves if they are the defeated. That's only natural. Perhaps you have a point. But if you're going with that philosophy, Boulogne is their land. And any incident that occurs in that town are under the hands of the foul zone. Isn't that right, Yosef? It's probably Joseph, not Yosef. Anyways, Emilio was smiling peacefully, but his tone suddenly became stern. I know you thought you hid it well, but I know. You were trying to cut off the foul zone behind His Holiness' back, were you not? And you lied about the disciples' role. You failed to provide accurate information to the succeeding keepers of the grave. Isn't that right? In trying my best to remain calm, I couldn't answer him. As if uninterested in my answer, Emilio continued speaking. I'm so glad you reconsidered. I have high expectations for you. Josef von Rosberg one day may become a solid leader of the church. Checkmate. Haha.
I win. I tried my best to maintain my composure, but my fist atop my knees were shaking. I denied the invitation from the Lao Shu and decided to follow the church's rules. And that decision was the choice that kept me falling through the thin ice. That moment was the first time I realized it. Walking down the hallway, I saw an unfamiliar face leaving Gil's room. Damn it. The man slammed the door shut and let out a grunt of frustration as he stormed off. He's not from the Visconti, is he? I had never seen him before. The air he gave off didn't seem to be like one of Gil's men either. Did something happen? Gil, do you have a moment? Is now a good time? I noticed you had a visitor. Yeah, we're done. Anyhow, what's new? Gilbert, are you going outside of your twinks that I have assigned you and finding random twinks that don't even get faces? What the hell? Sir! Oliver called for you. Some packages arrived from America, so he wants to inspect. Huh? Huh? Haha. That's it. Haha. I've been waiting for this. Whoa, this grip is wooden. I gotta test it out later. Gilbert, what did you get? As soon as I told Gil, he had immediately rushed off to the lounge. I ran after him to see what it was, but Gil had been like this since then. He joyously looked at the new weapon, gently holding it as he examined it carefully. Ah, so this is the rumored new option, huh? If you put it on, it reduces the recoil. And the Thompson. Oh, it's in this box. I gotta test this out later too. What Gil took out of the wooden box was a gun bigger than any I had ever seen before. Oh, it's not a paddle, it's a gun. It was very long, with 2 handles. It appeared to require 2 hands to use. Oh, it's a Chicago typewriter? I timidly walked in between the packages and towards Gil and asked, "Did you get all this from America?" Yeah. That's the wrong voice. Yeah. Gil looked happy, surrounded by wooden boxes that filled up half the lounge. It was likely they all contained guns wrapped in the same packaging material and thin paper. People in our position need power like this every so often. This is our lifeline. Our supply must be replenished regularly. America, we know how to spray man all over your enemies. They do. Gil spoke in a serious tone, but his eyes were sparkling like a child's. He looks like a child who just bought a new toy. Seeing him so excited, I couldn't help but smile. I wondered why he'd have such scary things, but to Gil, they weren't scary at all.
Oliver watched Gil open one box after another and sighed.
Our boss always insists on inspecting all our weapons personally.
Gil gazed fondly at the gun in his hands, looking as though he was about to rub his cheek against it. Say, Gil, what did these things do? They look bigger than normal guns.
This is the M1921. Just by holding down the trigger, you can easily shoot multiple bullets. Oh boy.
Terminology. The M1921, a submachine gun developed in the United States known as the Thompson or the Chicago typewriter. Thank you, terminology.
It can shoot 800 bullets a minute. Isn't that something?
800? I can't even imagine it.
Right? You gotta see it for yourself, huh? I want to hurry and test it out.
Okay. Oh, Gil, what's inside of that box?
Oh, this? When assembled, it becomes a cannon.
Why do you need a cannon, sir? As made famous by Al Capone in the Valentine's Day Massacre. Oh, cool. Huh? You're going to build this? Here? Gil, you're being a himbo right now. Is this why you have an eye patch? Did you shoot your own eye out, sir? In game? What the hell?
That's right. And this one here is used officially by the American Army. A heat dissipation jacket.
Up until now, Gil was going on and on, answering my questions, but suddenly fell silent. What's the matter, Gil? Yeah, Gil, your twinks don't need to know you don't need to compensate. Neither I know you don't need to compensate either.
Oh, nothing. You must not be interested in these things. Sorry.
Bibby, did I say I wasn't interested? No. So talk about your guns. It's fine. That's not true. I want to hear more of your stories, Gil. Gil?
No. I just find it odd.
Odd?
I mean, your typical woman wouldn't find much use for these types of things. Pink, what do you want to see my cannon?
Oh, absolutely. Wait, it's actually a cannon. Well, I've never seen one of these up close.
Oh yeah? I guess.
But I suppose it still makes me odd.
No, that's not true.
For some reason, Gil seemed to blush. Look at his blushing! Look at his blushing! Oh, I love that. I love it when they blush. And he squinted a bit as he spoke.
You're the first girl I've ever heard say that. I was a little surprised. But it's kind of nice to have a person ask a lot of questions about it.
Gil appreciates someone who can use both hands. I have two hands for holding. One for my weapon-obsessed himbo, and one for my exhausted lawyer husband. He smiled happily. Excuse me. Excuse me? Well, this is really something. Damn, Pink. Leo entered the lounge, and his eyes grew wide at the sight of the weapons. Yeah, I got the good stuff, didn't I? So what is it, Leo? Need to talk to me? Today's the day I have to see the boss. I report to him on the regular. So I wanted to ask your plans in the afternoon. I would personally feel better if you can stay in the manor like this, but... I see. I guess for now the plan is... As Gil answered, Leo checked the time and nodded, remembering something. After I inspect these boxes, I plan on going to the church today. It's Friday today. You're going too, right, Pink? Is it okay? Of course. You should say hi to the sisters. Thank you, Gil. Then I'll tag along. I'm sure the boss won't mind if my report's a little late. No, you go do your work. I'll be with her. Leave her to me. Friday, Friday, everyone. That's not the lyric. It's Friday, Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody looking forward to the weekend, weekend. Friday, Friday, gotta get down on Friday. It's been a hot minute. Oh my god. I don't even want to think about how old that song is. But guarding her is also my job. Reporting to your boss is just as important. You've been doing your job guarding her. On days you have to report, Dante knows you can leave her to me. Then, Senior Redford, please take care of her. Will do. And Leo. Hi? Yes? Call me Gil already. Even my youngest guys call me that. No, it's fine. Thank you. Cole, why did you tell me that? Because I know how old you are, so I know how old that makes me. Leo, call me Daddy. Leo, call me Daddy. I'm from the foul zone. I have to drive the line somewhere. You sure are serious. I guess you take after Dante. Leo smiled shyly as he bowed after exiting the lounge. Age brings maturity, I think. Does it? Because didn't I just, spend 7 minutes laughing at my own jokes earlier to this stream? Gil turned to me with the usual plan. After going to the church, I was thinking of making my rounds to see if anyone's got any updates. Where do you want to go? I want to hear your opinion. I thought about it for a little while. Since Leo belongs to the foul zone, I'm sure he's able to communicate with them. I'm concerned about the Lao Shu. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. As soon as we settled their plans, Gil resumed his inspection of the weapons. I wanted to stay with him and watch him finish the whole process. I never saw you turn a quickie into a gag. Oh, my kitty's sleeping so softly, so sweetly. By the time he was done checking everything, it was mid-afternoon. We felt the warm rays of sun on our skin as we walked to the church.
I'm going in to pray. What about you?
Maybe I'll go say hi to Sister Sophia. He may not be able to concentrate on his prayers if I'm by his side. I didn't want to disturb him, so I decided to go somewhere else.
I see.
ありがとな。
Thanks. He needs to spend some time on his knees alone.
Gil smiled at me gently before heading inside. Maybe he knew what I was thinking. I felt a little embarrassed, but I decided to go look for Sister Sophia. Pink, I'm so glad to see you're doing well.
Even a dom needs to be subbed once in a while.
He's not my dom. I refuse.
Oliver is clearly the dom.
Jeez. I found Sister Sophia in the dining hall. As soon as she saw me, I saw a look of relief come across her face. I'm sorry I couldn't contact you until now. I didn't mean to worry you, Sister Sophia. It's all right. I received word from the Visconti, and Marco came to visit and explained everything to me as well. But once you're allowed to return, you can come back anytime, okay? Sister Sophia didn't ask for the details and gave me a warm smile. This is your home, after all. Thank you, Sister Sophia. Seeing her again after such a long time, I felt deeply relieved. Have you come alone today? No, I'm with Gil. He's praying in the church. Sister Sophia?
Listen to me, Pink. Sister Sophia softly took my hand, but the tone of her voice was strange. I want to tell you something. No, I must tell you something. She looked serious, so I fell silent and nodded. She took me to a place where no one would hear us. You know that the church has a close relationship to the Falzone, don't you?
I do. Yes, the Falzone have always donated large sums of money to the church.
Yes, on the surface, that is our relationship. But there is another reason.
There is? Girl, we know this reason.
You already know, right? The story of the church's beginnings. The saint who received the divine message to build the Church of the Burlone was the ancestor of the Falzone family. That was the information we heard from Dante when we visited the Falzone before.
Sister Sophia knew it as well.
Not only the surrounding land, but the church itself belonged to the Falzone. The church and the Falzone have been connected since the beginning, even now.
Sister Sophia?
I asked what I had a hunch about.
Have you heard of the Key Maiden?
Yes.
I heard that you've already been notified of your fate. From the foul zone? Sister Sophia remained quiet, and she clearly shook her head. Sophia, how long have you known that I'm the Key Maiden? Ever since you arrived at this church. The foul zone informed me. They asked to keep you here with us so we could protect you. Sophia looked at me as I was at a loss for words. She slowly continued. However, I have never once treated you any differently from the other children, just because you are the Key Maiden. I cherish not only you, but everyone else as well. You are all children to me. Oh, I love you, Sister Sophia. Sister Sophia. I felt relieved to hear her gentle words, and the tension inside me relaxed. What if Sophia's kindness was only because I was the Key Maiden? I felt horrible for even wondering that, and bit my lip. I heard that the position of the Key Maiden is very dangerous. You have carried a special fate since before you were even born. The mark you have on your chest is proof that you are the Key Maiden. This mark? My hand instinctively came up to my chest. I was always worried that you would become involved in an incident someday. And I'm still very worried about you. I pray that you can live a peaceful life. Please, don't forget that both the Foul Zone and I worry about you from the bottom of our hearts. Right. I should get going soon. I shouldn't let Gil wait too long. I said my goodbyes to Sister Sophia and left the room. Guess who we gotta see? We left the church and arrived at Valeno. This was where the Lao Shu's base stood. Yang, you have a visitor. It's Redford from the Visconti and a girl. The two children seemed to be twins, and they guided us to a big room that looked to be a dining hall. Thank you. I stopped, realizing I didn't know their names yet. They seemed to understand and told me their names. I'm Lan. Lan? Faye. Faye. I see. Thank you, Lan. Faye. I thanked them, and they both flashed their innocent smiles. It's a lie, they're not innocent, they're evil. I love them. Atop the round table were a Chinese tea set and a lot of dishes I'd never seen. Yo, Yang. Sorry for dropping in like this. Ugh. Hi. This is the brattiest bottom of all. As soon as Yang saw us, he gave a big sigh that made it clear he didn't want us here. Perhaps because we visited unannounced, he looked at us as if he were annoyed. Next to Yang was a man I had never met before. Oh. When he saw Gil, he gulped in surprise. It must have come to a shock to see Gil, the Visconti boss, visiting Yang here.
That said, since we've come all the way to Veleno, serve us some tea. Gil spoke ever so lightly as he swiftly sat down on one of the chairs. Oh, that looks delicious. I'm going to help myself to one. Gil reached out to a big, white, fluffy thing and took a bite of it. Oh, this is good. Tastes different from the dishes I know. All these things they sell in Veleno are pretty good. The Republic of China is a great country. Don't touch my food. Don't you think there's poison in it? If you're asking me, that must mean there isn't. Besides, you didn't know I was visiting, so there's no way you could have poisoned it. How about you, Pink? You should help yourself too. Gil spoke with a smile.
Take a bite. Then, would you mind if I had one too?
I don't care. Do as you please.
Okay, thanks. Take a bite of Yang. I was gonna say, I'll do you then, because I'll do as I please.
Yang looked as if he had the venom taken out of him and just sighed. They say if you want to understand someone from another culture, you should share a meal with them. Gil laughed and took another bite of his food. I chose the same thing that Gil had and mustered up the courage to take a bite.
It's delicious.
Sucked the soul right out of him. I haven't yet, but I'm gonna. The thick bun had a slight sweet taste to it, and inside was filled with salted meat and vegetables. I couldn't help but praise the food, and the twins nearby exclaimed with delight.
Our dim sum is the best in the whole world. It's good to see you have good taste. Eat more, eat more. I'll bring you some more, okay?
Oh God, I want dim sum.
Is everything all right?
I don't usually care to see a man dining, but a woman who eats well is different.
Hi. Oh, me? Little old me? Thank you.
What do you say? How about leaving Redford and coming to me?
Okay.
Wait. I'm in love with Gil. I can play with you until I get bored.
Are you going to choke me?
Honestly, I could only sense bad things coming from this. I shook my head and answered awkwardly.
Thank you, but I'll have to decline.
Yang, come here.
Me. Choke me.
Survival instincts in Pink. 0. You're wise. Even better.
Stop it. Don't look at me like that. By the way, today's tea is Longjing tea. It's kind of bland, but it's good. Oh, and it's also good for your health. And I heard it's good for your skin. Either die happy or live safe. I'm gonna die happy. The two exclaimed as they started to pour enough tea for the table. So what do you want? Don't tell me you've come to have a meal. I wanted to ask you about the Li Huang Hu. How convenient. I've just received a report on them. Yang gave a slight nod to the man standing next to him and continued to speak. There's an airport on the outskirts of the capital. Campino, was it? Huh? So you went there directly. That must have been a tough job, Lee. Lee! Gil must know this man. Under the circumstances, we can't trust the information the Li Huang Hu sends our way. The Laoshi visiting directly seemed to be the only reliable way. What did you look for there? The other day, an old man named Wang died. He was renowned craftsman for his exquisite pieces. My orders from Yang were regarding matters relating to Wang. Not about the Li Huang Hu. If the Li Huang Hu is your aim, you'll only find dust. Li would be murdered before that. Yang swang. Now, I mean, we're classy here. I want to see his cock. We were told that Huang was returning home drunk, and he fell off a cliff and died. But the old man doesn't drink, so he must have been eliminated. He used to be on our side. On our side? Oh, well, that's after stream. I'll go look up some art afterwards. So were his crafts related to criminal activities? Yes. Yang affirmed my suspicions, then looked over at Lee as if telling him to finish the story. As for the cause of death, the only information I could find was that it was an accident. The masterpiece he was working on just before he died, well, it's now posthumous work. I heard that Huang had told an acquaintance what he was working on. Supposedly, once completed, it would turn the world upside down. This masterpiece was given the last of his life's energy, the first in a long time worth creating. The world would turn upside down. I investigated his place, but it was burned immediately after his death. That's fair. That's fair. You got a guy who's a craftsman for a criminal organization. You're absolutely going to burn the evidence. However, those living on the street nearby said they'd taken some things out before the house burned down completely. Basically, looters at the scene of the fire. The masterpiece itself was already sold off, but I was able to ask what it looked like inside the house. According to them, they saw many partially engraved bill plates all over the floor. I assume plates that were imperfect. So they wanted to get rid of them by burning the house down. Yeah, that's more than likely. Given the considerable amount, they must have decided it would be faster to burn the evidence rather than carry it out. There seemed to be test bills scattered throughout as well. I couldn't obtain the actual item, but I can conclude there was a high chance that Wang created the counterfeit plates. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I'm on board. It was a clue so close to the answer. I couldn't help but hold my breath. So, the Li Huanghu ordered Wang to make the plates. I investigated with that in mind, but I have no proof of any connection between Huang and the Li Huanghu. Were they so clever in hiding it, or did they simply have a middleman? Hardly any crime occurs in the country without the Li Huanghu's involvement. But it seems too convoluted to be contrived by the old men of the Li Huanghu. I'm certain they acted on someone else's idea. And that's the true culprit? Indeed. Not only counterfeiting American dollars, but distributing them in Berlin. Who would dream of something that requires so much effort? I kept my eyes on the cash flow and found records of the Li Huanghu periodically sending money to Europe. It's unclear who did it or why, but it's a considerable amount. So, are you saying that the Li Huanghu is paying the true culprit? That's right. And the deposit started right after Wang died. It takes money to make money. Yes, you would need ink, a printing location, and labor. I can't list all the possible expenses, but everything takes a large sum of money to do. So then, basically, the true culprit had an artisan like Wang craft the plates, then murdered him to keep it quiet, and the true culprit obtained the plates and is getting the Li Huanghu to support the cost of printing the money. Is that what's happening? Oh my god, y'all, I can read. What a clever girl. Oh my god. Don't call me a clever girl. I'm literally gonna... Stop it. Stop it. He called me a clever girl. I'm gonna let this man eat me alive. Look at those bedroom eyes. But why would the Li Huanghu agree? Everything is set. No need to move your men. With some startup capital, one can earn money
with the least amount of effort. Both metaphorically. Shh, Cole. Don't tell on me. And if it becomes too risky, you would simply need to dispose of the little entrepreneur. No reason not to do it. For the Li Huang Hu, this must have been a very convenient offer. No risk, high return. There would have been no reason to refuse. Checkmate. Right. Sorry for asking so much of you. It's a great help. After expressing my gratitude to my former coworker, I hung up the phone. Should I report this to Marco? No. If I told him now, and we made the wrong move, Marco could get fired. Besides, this situation wasn't something the local police could handle. I was at a total loss. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't think of a way to resolve this situation. Maybe that's why I remembered those words. The words that made me affirm my sense of justice. I didn't know she was at a strip mode. No, I'm a detective. There's no need for me to rely on criminals. However, it was a fact that I was at a dead end, no matter how I looked at it. Roberto's about to become one of Gilbert's twinks. And I love that for him. Now we're on to something. Gil smiled, as if this whole ordeal was entertaining to him. By the time we got back to the Visconti Manor, it was already early evening. Say, Gil. You're going to the casino tonight, right? On the night of the new moon, come to the 12 seats. Let's explore your dreams. Gil loves spreading the seed of happiness to every man. And then he comes home and tells me and Oliver all about it. Me, Gil, and Oliver. It would be rude to decline the invitation. We'll see them on the night of the new moon, next Friday. That's the dream life, to be honest. For real. That's so real for us. Today was that Friday. Tonight was the night of the new moon, spoken of in the letter. Yeah, about that. I wasn't sure how to go about it. I was thinking about it for a while. Pink, will you accompany me tonight? What? You want me to go to the casino with you? If you don't mind, yeah. I mean, I can't exactly charge in there with my men, you know. They already know my face, but I'd rather move without inviting suspicion. So I thought it would draw less attention this way.
I understand. I'll go with you, Gil.
Are you sure?
Positive. You always look after me, Gil. I want to help you out too.
You have a freaking cannon.
And I was born and raised in Berlin. I love this town. So, if there's anything I can do, then I want to do it. I'll do my best to not get in your way. So please, take me with you.
I was going to ask you, why all of a sudden have the tables turned? Subtlety is for cowards, but we're sneaking in. I don't think we're going to be subtle. We're just not going to charge in their guns a-blazing. Yet. Gil spoke in a serious tone and stared at me intently. I never thought you'd be so brave about this. Grazie. Gil's eyes narrowed, as if he was looking at something bright. I smiled and nodded back. The sun had gone down completely. Gil and I went to visit the casino in Arca.
Gil, please, don't stare at me so much. Oh.
Impossible. Tonight you're shining brighter than ever. I can't take my eyes off of you.
Please stop. You're embarrassing me.
Damn!
Ow!
My man took me on a date and I said, okay, I'm gonna make this work.
This was my second time wearing a dress like this, so I thought he wouldn't say anything. Instead, he was exaggerating even more than usual, and I didn't know what to do with myself.
Stop. But why? I'm only speaking the truth. Right? This is the couple I want to approach me to be like, so we were looking at you from across the bar. And besides, that dress looks incredible on you.
Today's dress was different from last time. It was a long and chic black dress. One that Gil purchased for me specifically for tonight. I wore my hair in an updo to match the style and atmosphere.
I thought this the last time you dressed like this. Doesn't this style suit you? And why are you trying to hide your body with your arms? Come on, let me see you.
But Gil, I think it's better that we walk while looking straight ahead. You don't want to lose your other eye.
Right? The stream's been on fire tonight.
I mean, if you keep staring at me, people will think you're odd.
But wouldn't it be more odd to look away from such a magnificent beauty?
Good grief. We went on like that over and over until we reached the main hall. Okay. I actually think this is a good stopping point for PioFiore tonight.
Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time, YouTube. Goodbye.